Hey everybody, it's Mary. Today is Tuesday, March the 31st, and it is about 8:15 in the morning. And today I thought that I would get out our Chatty jar. This is something that we use in the Glade, and what we usually do is we have all of our participants sitting in a circle, and whoever has the ball gets to throw it to anybody else in the circle, and whoever catches it has to pick a question out of our Chatty jar. So I thought today I would just take the jar and draw some questions out of it, and I will answer the questions so you can learn a little bit more about me, but also for those of you at home, you can play along and you'd be surprised how much you might learn about your loved ones just with a few simple questions like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me shuffle these around and pull out my first question. Okay. Have you ever been on a plane? So yes, I have been on a plane. I don't fly very often. It's maybe once every couple of years if I do. I don't like flying because it stresses me out a little bit not having control over when I leave and when I get there, but I have been on a plane, and it is fun to be able to go on a plane and look out the window. Okay, let's see. Here's another travel question. Would you rather travel by foot, bicycle, in a car, on a plane, or on a boat? So I think I would choose to travel on a boat because that's something that I don't do very often, but I do love getting on boats. Maybe not a cruise ship, especially not right now, but maybe just on a sailboat or a small boat on a lake or out on the ocean. Okay, let's see. Tell about your first date. That seems like so long ago, but from what I remember of my first date, I believe it was when I was in high school. I went to the movies with someone, and what I thought was a date, which now thinking back, I don't know if it really was, because my date went up to the ticket counter to buy tickets, and I assuming that he would buy one for me too. He would buy 2 tickets, but he went up to the ticket counter and said, "Can I have one for whatever movie it was we were seeing?" And I was a little bit perplexed that he did not buy a ticket for his date. So maybe it wasn't a first date. I don't know. But that was my first experience. So not the best, but I did have some better ones after that. Okay, let's see. If you could be great at playing any instrument, what would you pick? I think I would pick the violin. That's an instrument that I have always really enjoyed listening to. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's very difficult to play too, but I would love it if that's something that I was able to commit the time to learn how to do. Okay, we'll just do a few more. And remember, if you're at home watching this, you can follow along with your loved one or loved ones, and everybody can answer the questions. And if you need to, I know I'm going kind of fast, but if you need to, you can press pause after I ask each question so that you can give each other a little time to answer. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Do you like to dance? I think anybody who knows me knows I hate to dance. I am a terrible dancer. Everybody in my family is a terrible dancer. None of us got very good rhythm. I think that's something that usually comes naturally. So no, I do not like to dance. Not even at weddings usually. Okay, let's see. Did you have a pet growing up? Yes, I did have several pets. I grew up with a few cats, hamsters. We had a few dogs as well. Right now I have one small dog. Her name is Bree, and she is very spoiled. Those of you who know me know that that is a spoiled dog. So yes, I did grow up with pets, and I hope that I always have a pet. Okay, let's see. What do you remember about your grandparents? I have a lot of memories of my grandparents, but I think one of the best ones is of my maternal grandmother, my mother's mother. She was a very, very good cook. She made the best fried chicken that I've ever had, and I don't think I'll ever have anything like that again. So that is probably one of my fondest memories of my grandmother's, that she was a very good cook. Okay, and I'm just going to do a few more, and if you want to come up with your own questions too at home, you can do that. Okay, if you could fly you and your best friends anywhere for a day, where would you go? So, one place I've always really wanted to travel to is Africa, but I don't think we could go there in a day. So, I think a place I would like to go to for just the day, maybe California. I think you could do that trip in a day, possibly. It's just a place I've never gone, and I've always wanted to go there. Okay. What's your middle name? So this is an interesting one because I was born as my first name Mary, and my middle name is Margaret. But when I got married, this is something that I know some people in the South do. I decided to drop my middle name and make my maiden name my middle name. So instead, I was Mary Margaret Jeline, and now I am Mary Jeline Arthur. So I kind of missed the Margaret a little bit growing up. People called me Mary Margaret. But I did drop that, and it is now Jeline. Okay, I will do two more. Who was your favorite teacher? So I had a few favorite teachers, but looking back, I had the best memories of my second grade teacher. I just feel like she was a very caring person, and I do remember distinctly one day getting sick at school, and she took really good care of me. I mean, as good a care as my mother would have, so I think that's one of my best memories of her as my favorite teacher. All right, one more. If you could teach a pet any trick, what would you teach it? So if I could teach my dog any trick, it would probably be to clean up the house. Not just clean up after herself, but clean up after everybody. I don't know if that'd be possible, but that would be really nice to have some extra help around the house. So those are just a few of the questions that we might pull out of our Chatty jar here in the Glade. And at home, if you want to make your own jar to play with, you can. You can just come up with any questions you'd like, or look online for a list of questions. But try this with your families at home, because it's really surprising how much you might learn about each other, and you may realize that there was a lot of little pieces of information that you didn't know. So this is a fun game that you can play along with at home. Thanks so much, everybody.